Welcome back. Today we'll discuss on intercell interference. Before this, I'll just recall on the concept of frequency reuse. Okay. It is a concept in which the operation of communication will be performed. Okay. I hope okay, the wireless communication is made up of cells or group of cells. Okay. Now when I say group of cells, we call it as a cluster, and each cluster is defined with the delta cells. Okay. Now as you can see in the figure, the delta, if it is for 3, means all the 3 cells are allocated with a frequency. Okay, let us take the frequency for cell number 1. Okay, you'll see here cell number 1 is f1, for cell number 2 f2, for cell number 3 f3, means the available frequency f, it would be divided in channels, that is f1, f2 and f3. Okay, now the cell corresponding for f1 1, cell corresponding to 2 f2, 3 f3. I hope you can see this is a one cluster. What is the size of the delta here? 3. Okay, now it will consume a certain distance. Okay, after like a distance d, if I say d, okay, again I need to form a group of cells. Okay, what are the available frequency? f1, f2, f3. Okay, now again it will be allocated with f1, f2, f3. Okay, now when we are, this is a concept, we call it as a frequency reuse. Okay, make sure that the adjacent cells, okay, now if the frequency, if I use here f1, the adjacent cell with the f3 and f2, okay, there should not be the adjacent for 2 will be a 2, it has to be apart from 2, that is what is that we have here? 3. Okay, now look at this one. Okay, now if this is my cell 2, adjacent cell has, it should not have a 1 and 3. Okay, 1, it should not have a like a 2, it has supposed to be having a 3. Okay, now look at this, for the cell 3, okay, the adjacent cell frequency will be 1, because already 2 is given here. It is because the distance between this and this, okay, has to be far, because if I'm getting a signal, okay, at the 3 from both the 1, it will be, we call it as an interference. Okay, now the delta here, delta will be 3. Okay, the delta can be 7. If I mention here 7, I hope you can see in the diagram B. Okay, now the group of cluster, group of cluster, there's a 1, okay, 2, 3, the surrounded by 2 frequency 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now the frequency is allocated to all the cells. Again, if I cover up the one more distance, again I will have one more cluster. What are the frequency? Again the same frequency will be given, f1, f2, f3, f4, f5, f6 and f7. So like this, the cell architecture will be getting formed in a wireless communication to perform a communication. Okay, now I hope you understood the concept of frequency reuse, in which the frequency will be keep on reusing for a certain distance, and it will cover a full network. Okay, now this is how, okay, power levels will be for the neighboring cells. Okay, consider that I have a cell number f1 frequency, okay, means it is the highest power I am getting here. For the neighboring cells, I may get here list. Okay, similarly, if the user because the delta will be 3 here. Okay, if the user has moved to the cell number 2, the highest power he is getting from the cell number 2, and the least power is getting from 1 and 3. Similarly, from the cell 3, if the user is, means user entity, if it is shifted to the cell number 3, highest power you are getting from the cell, that is a cell 3, least power you are getting from 1 and 2. Okay, now this is what the power levels, okay, indicator from the corresponding cells. Okay, I hope this concept, the how the neighboring, if it is a 5, okay, means if the person will be in the cell number 1, you are getting a highest power from the corresponding cell. All the least power you are getting from the neighboring cells. We call it as a neighboring cells. Okay, now we'll come to the concept of inter-cell interference. Okay, in cellular networks, each user equipment suffers inter-cell interference due to the frequency reuse. Okay, because of this frequency reuse, okay, if the user is in the cell number 1, okay, let us consider with a delta 1, okay, delta equal to 3, as I mentioned, like this. Okay, now like this is something like here 1, 2 and 3. This is 1, 2. Okay, I should have a 3. Okay, this is, we call it as a reuse distance from 3 and 3. If at the frequency at the cell number 1, if you are getting from the third, from this also and this also, okay, now I hope you understood. Here at the cell number 1, you are getting a signal from both the third cell. They may cause inter-cell interference. Okay, they may cause a noise at the cell number 1. Okay, now let us assume that if I have a 2 here, 2 at the cell number 1, I'm getting a signal from both the neighboring cell. There is a 2 and this 2, means it may cause us interference. Okay, anyway, it is mandatory that it is mentioned in a communication, wireless communication, frequency reuse a concept. Okay, why we require to increase the spectrum efficiency. Okay, frequency reuse to increase the spectrum efficiency. Okay, and the average loading per cell. Okay, by making use of this one, okay, we can increase the more number of users by using a frequency reuse. Okay, that is what in a LTE it will be deployed with the universal frequency reuse. That is the same spectrum will be reused in each cell. Okay, now that is like how the cause of a noise. Okay, means we need to be minimize this noise, okay, in the cell from the neighboring cell. That is what you need to be decrease this inter-cell interference from the neighboring cell, and this interference, okay, can be either from the both the end, from the downlink as well as from the uplink transmissions. Okay, means the frequency can be when the user is communicating to the E node B tower, or from the node to the user. Okay, now we'll see in the downlink. Okay, there are the 3 basic approaches to mitigate with like a ICI. Okay, how we can eliminate with the inter-cell interference. Okay, there is like a techniques are used here. The first technique is ICI randomization, in which it is achieved by scrambling the code word. Okay, means by mentioning the code word from the each corresponding cell. Okay, now if the neighboring cell, each cell will be having a code words in which when they are transmitting, from this it will be identify that, okay, whether the corresponding the information what you are getting is a valid or not. Okay, with the cells scrambling, okay, from this one the neighboring cells is randomized, means this the code words will be randomized such that the interference suppression is achieved. Okay, in order to make the gain efficiency high. Okay, now if at all without scrambling, okay, the channel decoder might be equally matched to interfering signals as to the desired signal. Okay, means if it is like let us take that code word from the cell, the corresponding cell, you are in the cell number 1. Okay, like this again I'll take here cell number 1, 2 and 3. Okay, this is 1. Okay, now if the cell number 1 has a code word, cell number 2 has a code word, cell number 3 is a code word, cell number 1 having a code word. Now all the way you are getting a signal from 2, 3 as well as here. Okay, it will identify, okay, if the user is here, okay, user is here in the cell number 1 corresponding this cell, okay, the corresponding code will be generated randomly from the cell 1. Okay, it will recognize that the signal is getting from the corresponding cell. And it's the same. Okay, look at this is the cell number 1 also, the same frequency, but the code word is different. Okay, it will identify that there is a signal will be coming from the different cell, so that it has to be getting matched and try to suppress the signals by using a code word, and the code words will be generated randomly. Okay, now in the second techniques, ICA cancellation, if a user equipment is able to decode the interference signals, it can regenerate and then subtract them from the desired signal. Okay, means something like if the it is as good as the noise. Okay, if you are getting a signal from the neighboring cell, it is considered as a noise. Means how we avoid this noise? Just by subtraction. Okay, if the let us say that my frequency is f1, if I'm getting a signal f2 also, f1 minus f2, just to subtract the signal, there is a noise signal what you are getting here. Okay, that is what the cancellation can be done here. This is achieved by the multi-user detector, in which, however, to decode the interference signal from the neighboring cells, the user equipment needs to know its transmission format. That is very much essential for the cancellation of signals. Okay, alternately, the cancellation can also be performed in the spatial domain also. Like how I say spatial domain, if I say by using a filtering techniques. Okay, by the processing of the signal through which we can eliminate this. Okay, that is in the linear spatial interference cancellation with a statistical knowledge of interference by using a filtering technique with advanced DSP, digital signal processing techniques, we can avoid this. Okay, in the third one, ICA coordination, okay, and avoidance. This is achieved by applying restriction to the downlink resource management. Okay, in the downlink, okay, that is like we can restrict it through the resource management in a coordinated way between the neighboring cells. Let us check that if the user in the cell number 1 and the neighboring cells are 2 and 3 and the corresponding one more cell 1. Okay, now if the user is getting a signal from 1, okay, it will be restricted to the more number of resources. It is not allowed to get any resources from the 2 and 3 and the corresponding one more cell, that is 1. So that by this way also we can avoid with the ICA. Okay, and since it requires additional E node B, okay, for in order to maintain this one, okay, because in order to maintain or manage this the allocation of the resources, we require a separate E node B, okay, for measurement and reporting also. Okay, now this is what, okay, these are like a basic, okay, these are the like a basic, okay, in which how ICA can be mitigated. Okay, there are like again there is advanced ICA techniques are available. Okay, one is a static coordination avoidance and static ICA coordination avoidance, or that is a semi-static ICA coordination avoidance. Okay, in static ICA coordination, this is mainly done during the cell planning. Okay, now before before the cell architecture to establish, we need to be planned. During that time it will be comes into picture, and it does not require any frequent reconfiguration, means it is already fixed. Okay, that is during the plan of action, okay, this technique will be implemented, and it does not require any like a reconfigure every time. Okay, it need not be refreshed. It is a fix. The planning depends on like a planning operation. It is a fix. An example, that is like a static fractional frequency reuse, we call it a static fractional frequency reuse factor, that is a FFR. Okay, it is a strategy requires no or little it is a inter E node B signaling, but there is no performance limitations as a dynamic characteristics. Okay, now that is what how before, like if I want to plan in a certain area, if I want to plan up a cells, okay, that is like a planning is made in a such a way that it should not cause an interference. I hope you understood the concept of this one. Okay, in a semi-static, okay, semi-static coordination typically requires reconfiguration. Means it will be like, it is not like it is a depend, it is a at the beginning it only a planned, it will be refreshed, depends on like a time. Means it may be with the seconds, or it may be for the longer duration of the time interval. Okay, it will be done over the x2 interface. Okay, means the like a certain time interval will be provided in order to, okay, in order that your cell will be keep on refresh for the corresponding frequency. Okay, and this information exchanged between the neighboring the node B's, there is a E node B's. Okay, that is like a transmission power, there is a traffic load on different resource blocks. Okay, this is what it will be done. Okay, operation to avoid ICI mitigation. Okay, the main factor for ICI, okay, to a scheduler implementation issue at the E node B's to assist such that coordination, the LTE system defines E node B power restriction signaling in the downlink directions. Okay, that is what the basic importance of like a ICI in the downlink. Okay, now in the uplink, okay, there is also, there are like techniques will be, there are like 4 techniques are mentioned here. There's a ICI randomization, ICI cancellation, uplink power control, and ICI coordination avoidance. Okay, in ICI randomization, it is similar to like a downlink. Okay, the downlink in the in the uplink, how the randomly generated code word is generated. Similarly, in the uplink also, ICI randomization, okay, it is encoded, depends on like a symbols prior with the modulations. Okay, that is what user equipment specific scrambling is used in the uplink, as ICI comes from multiple UEs in neighboring cells. Okay, similarly in the ICI cancellation, okay, in order to subtract the signals, okay, from the neighboring cells. And also an uplink power control is an efficient way to suppress ICI in the uplink fractional power control. There is a FPC, and it is most used in LTE. Okay, in the fourth one, okay, ICI coordination and avoidance. Okay, as we are discussed, okay, depends on like a similar application of the resources allocated to the user equipment from the E node B. Okay, by using FFR techniques, as we have mentioned here. Okay, in order to assist this uplink ICI coordination, 2 messages are defined in LTE that can be exchanged over X2 interface between E node B for a power allocation and user scheduling interface over the overload indicator, that is a OI, we call it as a OI, in which it will be performed at the, like a physical layer of like a uplink directions. Okay, since this is like how the neighboring cells, okay, may coordinate each other to avoid ICI interference. Okay, now this is how, okay, this is how we can mitigate like a cell interference from neighboring cells. Okay, both in uplink and downlink. Okay, I hope, okay, the concept of like interference avoidance is very much clear for you. Okay, it will be performed, okay, at the each, okay, user equipment layer level, also at the E node B. Okay, thank you.